In September 2023, Rhoda Osman went live on Instagram, her face swollen and her voice trembling. She claimed a man had smashed a brick into her face after she refused to give him her number, and she wanted the world to see what had happened to her.
The video was raw, emotional, and instantly viral. Within hours, it had racked up over 1 million likes. Outrage spread like wildfire, and a GoFundMe campaign was launched that quickly raised $42,000. People from all over the world commented, shared, and donated, wanting to help.
The story struck a nerve, tapping into real fears about violence against women. It became a rallying point for women's rights activists and everyday people alike who rushed to support her and amplify her voice.
The narrative was simple and powerful. A woman said no, and a man responded with violence. It was a story that felt all too familiar, and it resonated deeply with viewers.
Donations poured in, and Rhoda quickly became a symbol of resilience and courage. People saw her as a survivor, standing up against a culture of harassment and abuse, and the tirade against black men came by the dozens from almost everyone.
But the story's emotional pull made people react before asking questions. The internet was swept up in a wave of empathy and anger, and few paused to look for evidence or alternative perspectives.
The algorithm pushed the video everywhere, on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. The court of public opinion had already decided who was guilty and who was innocent, long before any facts could be checked.
Rhoda Osman was instantly dubbed the Brick Lady, and her alleged attacker was vilified online. The internet had chosen its hero and its villain, and the narrative seemed set in stone. And like usual, society ran with the black man as the boogeyman narrative from feminists, simps, and the rainbow weirdo crowd, aka the LGBTQ. A lot of y'all were trying to bring violence against black men. You went on endless tirades against black men behind this incident. And a lot of you simps, just because you were lusting after Brick Lady's body, you let yourself be fooled to be an attack dog.
But as the story spread further, cracks began to show. Some people started to question the details, noticing inconsistencies and asking for more evidence.
The internet was about to learn just how easy it is to be fooled by a viral story, and how quickly the truth can get lost in the noise. Except by the men and women who actually employ logic in their thinking.
As sympathy grew, skeptics noticed inconsistencies.
For someone hit with a brick, Rhoda's injuries seemed minor. No gash, no broken bones, no abrasions, no fractures. If you rub a brick, the whole surface is rough. That combined with a high velocity towards your face will have wounds, and injuries that you will be dealing with for a while.
People questioned the physics. A real brick would cause serious damage. Anyone that has been in any type of physical altercation can tell you this.
Her story kept changing. First, an unknown man, then a specific name, then confusion about the timeline.
Her spending didn't match her victim narrative. Luxury cars, spa days, fancy dinners, and trips to Jamaica.
The disconnect was glaring. Donors started to wonder if they'd been scammed.
The more people looked, the less her story made sense.
The truth was about to come out.
While social media debated fiercely, with opinions flying and rumors spreading, Houston police quietly launched a thorough investigation behind the scenes.
Surveillance footage, often overlooked in the heat of online drama, told a very different story. Rhoda, her friend, and Olin Douglas were all together that night, moving as a group, not strangers at all.
The so-called attack was actually a heated argument inside a parked car, not a random assault by a stranger on the street, as was claimed online.
Douglas struck Osman with a plastic water bottle, certainly not a brick, as the viral posts had suggested. The truth was far less dramatic than the internet believed, and they were adamant about it was a black man, even though this was not a foundational black American involved. On either side, I believe the club that she was at was a mostly African club.
The video evidence dismantled her narrative piece by piece. There was no mysterious stranger, no brick, and certainly no unprovoked violence. The facts simply didn't match the story that had captured so much attention online.
Even her own friend, who was present that night, admitted under questioning that she didn't believe the brick story and had doubts from the very beginning.
The hoax unraveled quickly under the weight of real evidence, as investigators pieced together the truth from surveillance, witness statements, and digital records.
Osman was formally charged with felony theft by deception, a serious crime that carries heavy consequences, especially when it involves misleading the public and authorities.
She was found guilty, sentenced to 90 days in jail, 10 years probation, and, in a rare move, banned from using social media for a decade to prevent further deception.
In the end, the truth finally caught up, reminding everyone that facts matter more than viral stories.
For investigators, this wasn't Rhoda Osman's first scam.
She'd run a similar GoFundMe in Minneapolis in 2020, claiming assault by security guards.
No police report, no evidence, just another fabricated story.
A former roommate confirmed Osman made it all up.
This was a pattern, not a one-time mistake. And all of this was found out by Daphne Sutton, aka the Queen of Accountability.
Osman had prior charges in multiple states, including felony assault.
She knew how to manipulate outrage for money.
The Brick Lady hoax was just her latest con.
The fallout went far beyond Osman's jail time. The consequences of a single lie rippled outward, touching lives and communities in ways no one could have predicted. It wasn't just about one person's actions. It was about the trust that was broken, the pain that was spread, and the questions that lingered long after the headlines faded.
Olin Douglas was falsely accused, his life upended by a lie. He lost friends, job opportunities, and his sense of safety. Even after the truth came out, the damage to his reputation and mental health couldn't be undone overnight. The scars of being wrongly blamed lingered, affecting his relationships and his trust in others. This man had threats on him. He could have easily had some simp try to hurt him to gain her favor.
The Black community was used as a backdrop for her scam, deepening mistrust. People who already felt marginalized saw their pain exploited for attention and profit. This incident made it even harder for real stories to be heard, and for genuine concerns to be taken seriously by outsiders.
Real victims now face more skepticism because of her deception. Survivors who come forward are met with doubt, forced to prove themselves in ways that are unfair and re-traumatizing. The ripple effect of one lie can silence many voices that need to be heard. In situations like this is why men don't like to jump in, especially if they don't know what's going on. And shout out to the wives and girlfriends out there, because I've seen a lot of them say they don't want their man to do that. They need him to come home to them and their family, and that they don't want to be left alone because their man wanted to be a hero, especially if the chick was lying. Funny thing is, a situation happened in Florida. Around the same time, a guy ended up dead though, and now his wife and kids are left alone because he got involved with a situation between a woman and her boyfriend.
The Brick Lady story is a warning. Don't rush to judgment online. In a world where information spreads instantly, it's easy to get swept up in outrage or sympathy before the facts are clear. We all have a responsibility to pause, question, and verify before we share or react.
We must balance empathy with evidence and wait for facts. It's important to care, but it's just as important to be careful. When we act on incomplete stories, we risk hurting innocent people and undermining real causes.
Truth and accountability matter, both in court and in our communities. Justice isn't just about punishment, it's about restoring trust, learning from mistakes, and making sure everyone is treated fairly.
We're all responsible for what we share and believe. Our choices online and offline shape the world around us, influencing how stories are told and who gets heard. And a lot of you, platforms and people, owe Black men an apology.
A viral lie can ruin lives and erode trust. It can leave entire communities feeling isolated and individuals questioning what's real and who to believe.
The Brick Lady is gone from social media, but the lesson remains: always question before you believe. In a world full of noise, truth is more valuable than ever, and it's up to each of us to protect it. Like, comment, and subscribe.